there were celebrations in England and Wales as more than 1,700 prisoners were released early to address overcrowding. Would you believe it? Joining me now is Sky News contributor and GB News host Emily Carver. Emily, thanks for joining us. We saw all these released prisoners celebrating, as of course they would be. What sort of a precedent does this set?
Well, it sets an appalling precedent, doesn't it? I mean, the pictures were astonishing from the day. We'd spoken about it in the abstract for so long. We knew this was going to happen. We knew these prisoners were going to be released. We were there outside the prisons, and what did we see? People gathering in groups, hooded, sparking spliffs, celebrating with champagne, popping the drinks. It was a party atmosphere outside some of these prisons. And we were told, this is a serious point, we were told by the government that by no means would any violent criminals be released early. They wouldn't be let out. No, it won't be violent criminals. Well, we find out that among the long list of those let out are domestic abusers, career criminals, those done for GBH, grievous bodily harm, a man who was in jail for breaking his partner's jaw. These types of people have been released early. And then we hear from the Labour mayor in London, Sadiq Khan, that actually these guys who've been released early, they should get priority on the social housing list because they may reoffend otherwise. I mean, what sort of precedent would that set? What kind of message would that send that criminality pays in this country? It's just appalling.
It is appalling. It basically just encourages people to commit crimes because that means, oh, they're going to go, I'm going to get let out and suddenly I've got accommodation paid for me. It's just shocking. Now, Emily, I want to talk to you about the royals because we are starting to get more details about King Charles and Queen Camilla's itinerary for Australia. Of course, they come down under next month. What can we expect? What have they told us?
Yes, so according to Buckingham Palace, they'll be with you from the 18th of October to the 26th or thereabouts. It's going to be quite the visit, it sounds like. They're going to travel to both Australia and Samoa for this wonderful state visit. They're going to have a barbecue, of course, Danica. They've got to have a barbecue if they're down under. I believe that will be in Western Sydney. They're also going to visit the harbour, of course. They're going to sample some local produce in New South Wales. They'll meet Aboriginal representatives as well. They're also going to attend a big Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. They're going to plant some trees in Samoa's botanical garden. It's going to be named the King's Garden. And this is Charles's first trip to Australia as king. He did come 15 times as prince, but I think this is going to be particularly special. So I hope the Aussies are looking forward to it.
Oh, look, absolutely. It'll be so good to see the King and Queen down under. I do agree it will be very special this time to have him back. So really looking forward to hearing more about that itinerary as well. Now, speaking of King Charles, he has met the New Zealand women's rugby union team, the Black Ferns. They asked him for a hug, and this is what happened.
Hug? Yeah. Why not?
Emily, I love this because, of course, it's not royal protocol to hug a monarch, to embrace a monarch, but I just love how much the king got involved.
I mean, it is quite charming, isn't it? I mean, it was a bit of a cheeky request from these young women. It looks like they were absolutely not expecting him to say yes, but the way he says hug, why not? And he clearly was chuckling quite a bit. A little bit later on, he did make a bit of an impromptu speech where he referred to these hugs from these women as very healing. So clearly he found it very entertaining and quite funny. But yes, it did show him in a nice light.
Yeah, it was very, very endearing. It was a very cheeky request, though, you're right. Now, look, let's talk about Harry and Meghan, our favourite duo. They've shown their desperation for relevance once again, releasing teaser photos from their new Netflix show. But here's the thing, they released it a day after Princess Kate, of course, released that heartfelt cancer update video. Emily, what on earth is the next Harry and Meghan venture about?
They can't help themselves, can they? They continue to do this, release something totally trivial at the same time as Kensington Palace is releasing something quite serious. I don't understand why on earth they would decide to release new pictures of the documentary they're doing on polo when Kensington Palace has just released an incredibly heartwarming piece about Catherine finishing her chemotherapy. I don't know whether they're purposefully trying to steal the limelight. I don't know if they're actually trying to piggyback off Kate's cancer news. But either way, it just shows them to be totally self-centered. Yes, I think we could have waited to hear a little more about Harry's Netflix series.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, the duo are completely tone deaf, living in their echo chamber of just the two of them, so hardly surprising. Meanwhile, Emily, Prince Harry is reportedly jetting off for a lads' holiday to celebrate his 40th birthday. What's he doing?
I mean, my first thought with this was I didn't know he had any friends left to join him on a lad's holiday. But some of the papers have done a bit of a deep dive, perhaps, into some of the chaps who might be going along to this. Lots of high society, of course, the godfather of one of their children, polo players and the like. It could be quite raucous if it's anything like how Prince Harry used to party. It'd be quite fun, actually, to see the old Harry back. Will he be living it up in Las Vegas or another party town? I'm not sure Meghan would like that.
Oh, she absolutely won't allow it, let's be realistic. But it would be good to see the old Harry because many of us miss that old Harry. He's probably lost it now. Emily Carver, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us as always.
Thank you.